Okay, imagine this. You're a scientist, right? Stuck on a tough problem, hit a wall.
Hmm.
What if instead of, pulling an all-nighter, trying to force that eureka moment,
Yeah.
you had an AI that could actually suggest a totally new hypothesis
Wow.
based on like all the latest research, not just, some stuff you managed to dig up.
Right.
And it's just fresh data too.
That'd be amazing.
That's what's so cool about this paper, Literature Meets Data. It's like,
Yeah.
it's basically saying, hey, what if we could use AI, these LLMs everyone's talking about,
Like ChatGPT. Right.
exactly, to actually come up with new scientific ideas.
Not just processing what's already out there, but, like you said, generating genuinely new hypotheses.
So before we get too deep into how it works, can you just remind me, like, what are the traditional ways we come up with hypotheses?
Sure. So you've got the theory-driven approach.
Okay, so that's like, you're starting with what's already known, building on existing research.
Exactly. You're poring over papers, looking for gaps,
Yeah.
places to expand.
But the downside is you can get kind of stuck in that box, right?
Rarely, you might miss something crucial that's just emerging in the data.
Like you're looking at an old map and missing all the new roads that have been built.
Yeah, good analogy.
What about data-driven then?
So data-driven is all about those patterns, right? Crunching numbers, finding correlations.
But without that context from research, those patterns can be meaningless, right?
Yeah, it's like having a puzzle piece, but no idea what the full picture is supposed to be.
So this new method is like, it's the bridge, right? Bringing those two worlds together.
Exactly, a synergistic approach, they call it.
Because it's more than just the sum of the parts.
Yeah, you get the rigor of existing knowledge, the insights from data, all feeding this AI system.
It's seriously blowing my mind. So how did they actually put this to the test?
They chose 4 tasks in social science, a field where, understanding human behavior is key.
Oh, that's perfect for this. What was the first one?
Deception detection. So they had the AI look at hotel reviews.
Trying to spot the fakes.
Exactly, those glowing 5-star reviews that are actually bogus.
I can see why that'd be useful.
Then AI-generated content detection, which is becoming huge.
With ChatGPT and all that, right?
Yeah. So the AI had to tell if something was written by a person or another AI.
So meta. Okay, what else?
Mental stress detection. So analyzing Reddit posts for signs of, distress.
Wow, so not just spotting fakes, but like getting into people's heads a bit.
And finally, persuasive argument prediction.
Oh, that's interesting.
So the AI looked at 2 arguments and had to figure out which one was more convincing.
It's like having an AI debate coach. So did it actually work?
The results were pretty impressive, actually. Across almost all the tasks, this combined method was better than just theory or data alone.
Like way better.
Yeah, significantly. And it wasn't just understanding the task, it was producing more accurate results.
Like it was seeing things humans were missing.
Exactly. Subtle clues in the data that pointed to deception or stress, things like that.
I have to ask, did they actually try this out in the real world?
They did. They designed experiments where people used these AI-generated hypotheses to make decisions.
So in the hotel review example, people would see the AI's insights about like sensory words being a red flag.
Right, and then they'd have to judge if a review was genuine.
And it helps.
Yeah, people using those AI insights were way more accurate, especially in spotting fakes and AI-written content.
So it's not just a cool idea, it actually works in practice.
That's the exciting part. It has real-world implications.
This is making me so optimistic about the future of research.
There's one more key finding we haven't talked about yet, the novelty check.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. Tell me more.
Basically, they found that the literature-based hypotheses and the data-driven ones, they offer different, unique perspectives.
So by combining them, you get a richer understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like 2 detectives working a case, bringing different skills to the table.
Love that analogy. Okay, so we've established this method is awesome. But where do we go from here? What does this mean for the future of, well, everything?
And that's exactly what we'll explore next.
Huh.
The potential, maybe some challenges too, of this groundbreaking tech.
All right, so this AI hypothesis thing, it's seriously impressive, but now I'm thinking bigger picture, right?
Okay.
Could this actually lead to, like, AI leading scientific discovery? Not just helping, but actually driving it.
It's a possibility, for sure.
I mean, imagine an AI that's reading every new paper the second it comes out.
Right, and analyzing huge data sets we can't even wrap our heads around.
Coming up with hypotheses that, like, would take a human team years to even think of.
Yeah, potentially spotting those connections that lead to, like, the next scientific revolution.
But then what happens to scientists? What's our role in that future?
I think humans are always going to be essential,
Okay, good. For a second there, I was feeling a little obsolete.
No, because AI can analyze, interpret, sure, But it's humans who bring that creativity, the intuition.
Yeah.
AI might process faster, but we're the ones asking the really insightful questions.
It's like a computer can play chess amazingly, right?
Uh-huh. But it's the human grandmaster who understands the strategy, sees those unexpected moves.
Exactly. AI is a powerful tool, but it's on us to use it right ethically.
That makes sense.
We need these systems to be transparent, accountable, you know.
Like all the talk about algorithms these days, making sure they're not biased.
That same scrutiny has to apply here, especially as AI gets more involved in science.
One thing that struck me about this paper was like how much teamwork went into it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You had the computer scientists, data people, and the subject matter experts all working together.
It's breaking down those silos between fields, realizing we can do so much more together.
And that's only going to get more important as AI becomes more powerful, right?
Definitely. We need experts from all walks to guide this tech, make sure it's used for good.
So it's not just about computers getting smarter, it's about us getting smarter about how we use them.
100%. Recognizing AI's strengths, but also the unique things humans bring to the table.
And that's where you come in, dear listener. Yeah. We've laid out the groundwork, but now we want to hear your take.
What excites you about this tech? What worries you?
Whether you're a scientist, a student, just someone curious about the world, this stuff matters.
It's a peek into a future where AI isn't just a tool, but like a collaborator.
And it's up to all of us to figure out how to use that partnership wisely.
To shape science and maybe even humanity itself.
Big stuff. But before we get too philosophical,
Right, back to the paper.
let's actually look at some of the hypotheses this AI came up with.
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
We'll dive into those when we come back.
Okay, back to the hypotheses themselves, right? Like, what did this AI actually come up with?
Right, let's start with deception detection.
Hotel reviews, yeah.
One thing it found was deceptive reviews use a lot more verbs about sensing,
Sensing.
like see, hear, feel, that kind of thing.
Oh, to make it sound more vivid, even if they're making it up?
Exactly. Trying too hard to convince you is amazing.
Like, I could hear the gentle waves crashing from my balcony kind of thing.
Exactly. Whereas truthful reviews, they were more likely to mention, like, specific amenities.
Grounding it in reality, not just flowery language.
Yeah, the AI is picking up on that difference between genuine excitement and, well, BS.
That's wild. What about spotting AI-generated content? Did it find a way to, like, out its own kind?
One hypothesis was that human writing uses more contractions.
Like can't instead of cannot.
Right, it's more informal, natural sounding.
Makes sense. AI tends to be very proper.
Yeah, sticking to the rules.
Makes you wonder if future AI will get even better at mimicking us, though.
Oh, for sure. That line's going to get blurrier.
Okay, what about mental stress? That seems really tough to get right.
The AI found that posts with lots of I words and lots of negative emotion words,
Or more likely to be from someone stressed.
exactly like it's sensing those shifts in language that hint at distress.
That's powerful stuff. It could be so helpful for identifying people who need support.
And remember, all these hypotheses, they're grounded in data and research. It's not random.
It's like having this super smart research assistant who can read everything and pull out the key insights.
Right.
One more. What about persuasive argument prediction?
The AI found that arguments using more we language,
We language?
like we and us, that kind of thing.
Inclusive language.
Exactly. Were more likely to be persuasive because it builds that sense of shared purpose.
Oh, like you're on the same team.
Yeah, the AI is tapping into the psychology of persuasion, how language shapes our thinking.
That's so cool. Like it's learning to be a master debater.
And again, these are just a few examples. Imagine the possibilities as this tech keeps getting better.
It really does make you think, but it's not just about the AI itself, right? It's
Right.
the method, this idea of combining literature and data. That's what's groundbreaking.
100%. A whole new way of thinking about science, more holistic.
But AI can only take us so far. We still need that human element.
Oh yeah, our curiosity, creativity, that's what drives progress.
So to wrap things up, I think the big takeaway here isn't just what can AI do?
It's what can we do with AI?
How can we use it to solve problems, understand the world, make things better?
It's an exciting time, for sure, but the potential is huge.
So to our listeners, keep exploring, keep asking questions.
The most amazing discoveries are often right around the corner.
And until next time, keep diving deep.